Lots of numbers coming out this week that will affect the markets. Consumer confidence coming out Tuesday. Fed rate hike is coming on Wednesday. Unemployment rate is coming on Friday. And of course, we know that this also spills over into crypto. So if the markets feel a little bit confusing to you, that's quite natural. And a lot of the wisest traders set this week out just to wait for confirmation as to which way the price will go. Speculation is that we'll get a 25% rate hike, which is a lot lower than what we're used to, and Wall Street may rally because of that. But until that's confirmed, it is just speculation. Hello everyone, my name is Lane, and you are watching Crypto Insight, where we just give you the quick and dirty what's going on in the market and a quick and dirty look at the top 10 cryptos. First, to check out the weather, let's begin with Bitcoin dominance. So we got a very nice cross here of the 100 over the 200. Love that. That's very good for strength. We appear to be making a bull flag. Chances are that we could break to the upside of that. That would take us up to this measured move. That would show a lot more money coming into Bitcoin, and altcoins could suffer if price goes up that way. However, if we do get rejected here, we could come back down here for a retest of this area at 43%. If we see that happen, see this trend line break, that is a beautiful sign for altcoins to pump, especially against Bitcoin value. So sideways action with Bitcoin and some of the alts usually boils down to what the dollar's doing. And today the dollar's getting a little bit of a pump, just trying to make a little bit of a comeback. Still watching this area to see if we get a breakout and come up to retest this line. Not good for stocks, not good for crypto if that happens. We did get official death cross somewhere around the 18th of January. Chances are we could just get rejected there and come on back down. Indicators are showing it does want to move up just a little bit, and that will have an effect on our crypto. ES1, S&P 500 E-mini futures, Wall Street should be pretty happy. We've broken out of a successful cup and handle. It does have a measured move up here at 42.65. The biggest thing is this larger pattern, this falling megaphone pattern, has a 55% chance to break to the upside. Measured move there will take us up to 47.31, so we should be seeing a good effect on Wall Street. It appears that they are speculating positively for the news coming out this week. Hopefully, that'll hold true. Turning now to altcoins, we can see that we're struggling. This is the total to market cap, so all the altcoins minus Bitcoin. We've got some good news that we broke above this 200 SMA, but we're really struggling to keep that. So we do want to maintain this level to see some more upside out of altcoins. That would be very positive. We're also working on getting a golden cross here, so some good signs. Looks like altcoins are going to struggle a little bit, probably today, maybe tomorrow. As this news comes out this week, we may see a break to the upside, and it may be a nice one. If we can't hold this level, we're coming back down probably to these areas to do a retest. Currently, our indicators are a little bit overspent, and they are suggesting some downside, so it's really critical that we hold this 200 EMA area on the total too. Now, I'm on the Bitcoin 4-hour chart because it just kind of shows price action a little bit easier to kind of understand what's going on. The biggest thing I've been looking at is this trend line right here. We are in a rising channel. Bitcoin started flirting with breaking that here. Then it started playing with us, and now it's just continuing to tease with us. Now, when this happens, this is a bearish sign. This means that this move is over. Unless it breaks back in here, which has done a few times, but it has not sustained it. It has always fell back to the downside. So my conclusion is we're rejected from here. We're coming down. And the question is how far? Normally, especially in a bear market, we would see price drop pretty well here, but there's a lot of strength still behind Bitcoin. And as we saw with Bitcoin dominance, there could be some more money coming in. There's some signs here on the chart showing me that too. It's just playing with our emotions. That's what Bitcoin is doing. So now, if you see these blue lines here, that outlines a new channel that we are currently in. And you see that we did find support with that. So that seems to be holding. We kind of wicked down a little bit lower. The line in the sand for me still stands at 22,304 in that area. If I see price drop below there, that's a sign to close your trades, get ready. More downward action is coming. However, if we do see a bounce here, that is a very positive sign. This is actually a Fibonacci level of 236. So if there's a bounce here, that is usually just a typical correction for a very strong upward move. So we need not worry unless we drop below this point. Even if we come down to about 21,500 for a correction, we're still in strong bullish territory even at that level. Overall, Bitcoin is looking good. It's just trying to take a little break, and I'm actually kind of impressed with the way it's doing it, that it's holding these levels. I just don't like it when it breaks my trend lines, but it's just a testimony to the strength that's behind it, because for the past year and a half, this situation would have dropped us like a rock. Targets still remain at 24,000 and 25,042. Taking a quick look on the daily for our indicators, MACD is flirting with turning bearish on us. Keep that in mind. RSI has already dropped. We got a red dot on market side for a long time ago, and that just means that the green one Bitcoin is not too far away. Money flow is starting to come down. VWAP is starting to come down. So how far this momentum wave comes before curving up is what we're watching right now. And also the stochastics are on their way down. So it looks like we're getting ready to start to reset some of our indicators. And if Bitcoin can still stay in this range, or at least stay above this 21 daily moving average, we're still good to go. A healthy correction that could possibly give us a further move to the upside. But this week we'll probably get a little bit shaky. So do look for these lower areas somewhere around 22,282, 21,400. Ethereum has been catapulted to above the 200 EMA after completing this Adam and Eve double bottom. We were fortunate enough to experience the 50 crossover the 100 EMA on the 23rd. Hanging tight above the 200 EMA. Not only that, we are also staying above this 9-day moving average. Very positive, very bullish. And this section here where the red line crosses over the yellow, some of us call that a baby golden cross. Very bullish sign. It's the front runner of the 50 moving average crossing over this 200. Just looks like Ethereum has some room to go. Even though this week may be shaky, maybe a pullback to these lower areas. As long as we stay above this 200 EMA, Ethereum has some more upside. Like Bitcoin, indicators are getting a little bit overexhausted. This week could be a little bit shaky. Like most altcoins, BNB is showing some bearish divergence there. Indicators are a little bit tired. However, we did get a green dot on market cipher. Stochastics are going to the upside. More money flow is coming in. VWAP headed a little bit toward the downside. Again, it will be a little bit tricky this week, but we are above the 200 EMA. We did get this really nice cross of the 50 over the 100. That's very bullish. We need to see BNB break above $309, $310. Hold that for support, flip it for support. Then we can come up to this measured move from our falling wedge pattern, which would bring us to about $341. There is going to be some resistance right around here, around 329. That is a daily resistance level. Also, resistance can be expected to be found at 362. XRP continues to fight the good fight, but the indicators, like many other altcoins, are just getting tired. It has not yet successfully made it above this 200 EMA, so we're looking for that. Also looking for some bullish crosses to happen, which have not really taken off yet. Good signs are that we have not closed below 39 cents. And if we can just break above that 200, flip it for support, that'd be about 42 cents. Next area we'd want to look at is the 618 Fibonacci coming in at 45 cents, just right under 46 cents. Cardano's giving it the good old college try, but the indicators are spent. Red dot on market cipher for the daily money flow is coming down, VWAP's coming down. RMACD is getting tired. We do have that bearish divergence that may actually play out on this. Hard to say at the moment. We could be looking at about 34 cent Cardano. What we really want to see is for it to break out of this falling pattern, find that for support, and then move on up to test this 200 EMA. Ichimoku Cloud says it may possibly happen, but there is also a good chance that we've reached the top of this trend line, we'll get rejected there and start making our way either back towards the middle area and hopefully catch support there around 30 cents, 31 cents. Worst case scenario would be to come back down to the bottom of the trend line. Doge is still being Doge, staying above the 200 daily EMA, and that's the best that we can hope for. That's 0.08 cents. We did have a golden cross about a week ago. That is helping us. We are fighting our way through this Ichimoku cloud in the red zone. We could see Doge just go ahead and pop back up again to this 9.5 cent area. A good chance that it'll get rejected there and continue to trade sideways. It is in a bearish pattern at the moment, and the indicators are showing some signs of tiredness, but not nearly as bad as what some of the others are. We see that stochastics are still going to the upside. Looks like we're getting ready to put a red dot there. VWAP's coming down. Money flow's coming out. We may be just getting to see a possibility of it to actually break this structure and come back to retest some of these areas. If nothing else, I would look for it maybe to come down to about 8 cents, and that would still stay within our parabolic move. Just depending on what Bitcoin and the legacy market does this week, we'll have a big play into this. Now looking at Polygon, ticker sign MATIC, we did have an inverted head and shoulders pattern. It broke out to the upside. Very, very positive sign right there. Taking the measured move from that would bring us up to $1.25, $1.26 area. That is where I expect MATIC to make a move up to. While our indicators are a little bit overspent, and we do have, of course, some bearish divergence right there, where price continues up and indicators are going down, our EMAs are crossing very nicely. That's very bullish. So maybe a pullback down to $1.08, but I do foresee MATIC continuing on up to $1.18 to $1.26. Once it gets there, we'll have to reevaluate and see if it has potential to go higher. That may be a point where you actually find bearish divergence kind of come in and bring us back down to a few lower levels. OKB just is still on a tear. It's just slowly and slowly going up. We're totally respecting this parabolic curve. I fully expect OKB to keep chugging along till we reach about $41, and then probably a big shoot up to about $53.57. Indicators, like everything else, are suggesting a pullback. As you see from this one's history, it does not give a rat's. OKB is going to do what OKB wants wants to do, which is go up. Solana is having trouble breaking over this 618 level. I've got it marked right here in yellow. Just can't seem to get past there. That level also marks the top of a falling wedge, and it appears that Solana will first come back to about $20.50. If it cannot hold that, we would be traveling back down toward the bottom of the wedge. However, Ichimoku cloud is there. It has got to get a lot thicker. If it does get thicker, we could fall through that area and retrace our areas back to the downside. Indicators are spent, but you do have the stochastics bottoming out here. Now, they could bottom out for a few days, then go to the upside. We do have a little bit of green coming in on money flow. So if Solana can get some strength to break up to this area, we need to hit this 200 EMA, and that's about $30. And we may get rejected there and then trade outside of this trend line. Closing above this trend line would be a good sign for some more upward action. And then we could be looking about $37 on up to $44, on up to $50, up to the measured move for this falling wedge pattern that we have right here, which would bring us to $54.99. Lastly, we've got Polkadot. Tired indicators, just like everything else. So we're struggling here with the 618 Fibonacci area, about 673, have not been able to make it above that. We need to get above that, and then we got to go through the same thing with the 200 EMA. Same story with all these altcoins, and that's about $7.20. We did get a wick down to this area, but Polkadot's still showing strength. If you look very closely, we are maintaining that 9-day moving average very well. If you close a candle below that 9-day moving average on any of these, that will be your first sign that there's further downward action coming to retest the next lower moving averages and your next level support lines. So right now, DOT's looking good. If we do get a pullback, maybe to 580, maybe only to $6.23. Even though things are coming down to the downside a little bit, we're still in the green on money flow, so that does help our price to float more toward the top side. And stochastics coming down just to reset. So this whole week, in my personal opinion, is just going to be like a reset week. Just a little break to get our bearings, see what's going on, find out what the news is going to bring. Wall Street gets excited. Of course, it's going to travel over to crypto. And, we could get a huge rally from this. But if the Fed does something crazy, if some crazy numbers come out, those fickle Wall Street types start selling off, and then it kind of affects us too. Please hit that like button if you enjoyed the data presented today. My name is Lane, and this has been Crypto Insight.